Lego minifigures changed everything, and I'll tell you why throughout this video. These Lego products are all three sets that were produced before 1978. 1978 is when the minifigure came out. This is a Blacktron 2 minifigure from 1991. This is the Blacktron CMF from 2024. This is the excavator digger from 1974. This is a tow truck from 1970. This is our Matchbox parts pack of macaroni bricks from 1961. All of these do not have minifigures. All of these cannot fit minifigures. All of these are inferior by comparison to vintage Lego that came out when the minifigure was invented. Stay tuned! Hello, it's me, Mayo Hosko, coming to you at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg, and welcome to my channel. So you can see right here, there's a natural evolution of the objectives of Lego sets from when Lego reinvented their bricks from the automatic binding bricks that came out in the early 40s to when they came out with their up-to-date patent in 1958. So this set came out 3 years after the patent of 1958 because, as I'll reveal, these have emptiness on the underside because this is cellulose acetate compared to the ABS equivalent where there's more reinforcements on the bottom. So this came out 3 years after the Lego brick patent in 1958. 3 years later, 1961. Then 12 years later, in 1970, Lego had invented the wheel, and I'll open this. You can see that now we actually get instructions in sets. And the really cool thing about these boxes is that you could actually fit the vehicle inside of the box. So in between when this came out and when this came out, Lego invented the wheel, because Lego almost went 10 years before they invented the wheel. Most people know Lego came out with Lego Trains in 1966, which came in between the release of these two sets. So you can see the old wheels had the studs on them. They had the metal axles. They had not gone to the plastic axles yet. They had this old style tow truck hook that we don't see anymore because Lego pieces have come a long way. This can swing back and forth, but you notice, unlike modern tow trucks, in order to actually lift up a vehicle, you have to tip it down, which did not provide for much imagination or creative play. And so you can see pieces that you'll never see anymore, like these 1x1 chromed grill bricks, and also this 2x4 brick that is in trans clear. You can see that it's the Pat Pending era of the 2x4 brick because it is ABS plastic and it has the tubes on the bottom, but it doesn't have the cross supports in between the center tubes. So they don't make pieces like this anymore. And so this was 12 years after the patent in 1958, released in 1970. Then 4 years after this, we got this. Lego had invented another type of wheel. And once again, you get the instructions with the set and the vehicle can fit inside of the box. So Lego had reinvented the wheel. They came out with a 2x2 variant compared to the 1x1 variant, which we saw 4 years previous in 1970. This is the first time that I have actually ever held these two vintage vehicles on camera together. So you can see they are entirely different vehicles, but one of these is clearly more advanced than the other. And so, if you really wanted to, you could have a battle to the death with these vehicles. See how much fun it is? And so, much more advanced techniques here. You can see that the windscreen, unlike this one, which used just a 2x4 brick, they had finally invented the windscreen piece, which is slightly different from the windscreens that we have today, because this, as you can see by the build here, was 1 brick and 2/3 of a brick tall, because you can see these extra 1x1 plates to give it the extra height. The new style windows are straight up 2 bricks tall. They probably didn't have the foresight or weren't thinking correctly back then when they made this mold. But there is supposed to be a trailer hitch back here, but unfortunately I have misplaced this. So this, when I bought this, it was the oldest set I ever owned. When I bought this, it was the oldest set I own. And I bought this a day after I bought this. So this is now the oldest set I own. So you can see a natural evolution in all of these. But all of these cannot fit the minifigure, which means there is not a lot of play value with any of this Lego because you can't fit the minifigure inside. And I'd argue the best thing that Lego ever did was inventing the minifigure, because by 1978, toys were getting more advanced and Lego wanted to evolve past the HO scale of the model trains compatible Lego sets they were making, which is why they came out with the minifigure. The minifigure changed the way we play with Lego. It revolutionized the Lego product, and I think vintage Lego from before the minifigure came out is inferior to vintage Lego that came out when the minifigure was invented, because you can't play with this. It's really unfortunate. And I know you might be saying, well, they had the stage extra minifigs in 1975, but those did not have posable legs, they didn't have posable arms, and they didn't even have a printed face. So ultimately, in my opinion, the lack of play appeal, rather than just moving these like a toy car instead of using them as an interlocking brick building system with characters, is why vintage Lego from before the minifigure came out is inferior. But I know a lot of people have nostalgia for this stuff, and I respect that nostalgia. So, thank you for watching this video. It is appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. You can subscribe to Excavator Digger TV. I'll try put the channel link in the end slate of this video. This video will go into my vintage Lego playlist, so I will put that playlist in the end slate of this video. And I'll see you in the next video.